Radhe Shyam everyone, Hare Krishna. Wow, I've just finished listening to Harishari Prabhu's class here in Mayapur today. Very deep, very straightforward. If you also like such classes, please go visit the YouTube channel named ISKCON Mayapur Russian. The recording is there. Some people may find it to be too painfully realistic and honest, but if you're not soul sentimental, I'm sure you'll love it. Trust me. So, yes, we're continuing to read Teachings of Lord Chaitanya by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So this is chapter 8, the Avataras. Yes, and we are Shravanam Diaries podcast. I'm your host, Sulalita David Dasi. Hare Krishna. Lord Chaitanya continued explaining to Sanatana Goswami about Lord Krishna's Avataras, or incarnations, which are his expansions who come to the material creation. The word Avatara means one who descends from the spiritual sky. In the spiritual sky there are innumerable Vaikuntha planets, and from these planets the expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead come into this universe. The first descent of the Supreme Personality of Godhead from the expansion of Sankarsana is the first Purusa incarnation. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.1 that when the Supreme Personality of Godhead descends as the first Purusa incarnation of the material creation, he immediately manifests 16 elementary energies, known as Mahavishnu. He lies within the causal ocean, and it is he who is the original incarnation in the material world. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.6.42 states that he is the Lord of time, nature, cause and effect, mind, ego, the 5 physical elements, the 3 modes of nature, the senses, and the universal form. He is the independent master of all moving and non-moving living beings in the material world. Imagine the grandeur. Hare Krishna. The influence of material nature cannot reach beyond the Viraja, or causal ocean. Sometimes we refer to Viraja as a river, and here Prabhupada says causal ocean. As confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.9.10. Neither the modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, nor material time have any influence on the Vaikuntha planets. On those planets, the liberated associates of Kṛṣṇa live eternally, and they are worshipped by both the demigods and the demons. Material nature acts in 2 capacities, as Maya and Pradhan. Maya is the direct cause, and Pradhan refers to the elements of the material manifestation. Very important point. When the first Purusha Avatara, Mahavishnu, glances over material nature becomes agitated, and the Purusha Avatara thus impregnates matter with the living entities. Simply by the glance of Mahavishnu, consciousness is created, and this consciousness is known as the Mahat Tattva. The predominating deity of the Mahat Tattva is Vasudeva. This created consciousness is then divided into 3 departmental activities according to the 3 gunas, or modes of material nature. Consciousness in the mode of goodness is described in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The predominating deity of this mode is Aniruddha. Consciousness in the mode of passion produces intelligence, and the predominating deity in this case is Pradyumna. He is the master of the senses. Consciousness in the mode of ignorance causes the production of ether, the sky, and the ear. Interesting, right? Consciousness in the mode of ignorance causes the production of ether, the sky, and the ear. Ear, because we listen to something, the sound is coming through the ether. It's mode of ignorance, consciousness. The cosmic manifestation is a combination of all these modes, and in this way innumerable universes are created. No one can count the number of universes. These innumerable universes are produced from the pores of Mahavishnu's body. As innumerable atoms pass through the tiny holes in a screen, innumerable universes similarly emanate from the pores of Mahavishnu's body. As he breathes out, innumerable universes are produced, and as he inhales, they are annihilated. All of the energies of Mahavishnu are spiritual. They have nothing to do with the material nature. In the Brahma Samhita 5.48, it is stated that the predominating deity of each universe, Brahma, lives only during one breath of Mahavishnu. Thus, Mahavishnu is the original supersoul of all of the universes, and the master of all universes as well. The second Vishnu incarnation, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, enters each and every universe, spreads perspiration from his body, and lies down on that water. From his navel grows the stem of a lotus flower, and on that lotus flower the first creature, Brahma, is born. Within the stem of that lotus flower are the 14 divisions of planetary systems, which are created by Brahma. In the form of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, the Lord maintains each universe and tends to its needs. Although he is within each material universe, the influence of the material energy cannot touch him. When it is required, this very same Vishnu takes the form of Lord Shiva and annihilates the cosmic manifestation, the cosmic creation. The three secondary incarnations, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, are the predominating deities of the three modes of material nature. The master of the universe, however, is Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, who is worshipped as the Hiranyagarbha, Supersoul. The Vedic hymns describe him as having thousands of heads. Hare Krishna. Thousands of heads. Hiranyagarbha, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. Wow. I haven't seen a painting which depicts this particular description. The third incarnation of Vishnu, Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, is the incarnation of the mode of goodness. He is also the supersoul of all living entities, and he resides on the ocean of milk within the universe. Thus, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes the Purusa Avataras. Lord Chaitanya then described the Lila Avataras, or pastime incarnations, and of these the Lord pointed out that there is no limit. Still, he described some of them, for example, Matsya, Kurma, Raghunath, Nrisimha, Vamana, and Varaha. As far as the Guna Avataras or qualitative incarnations of Vishnu are concerned, they are three: Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma is one of the living entities, but due to his devotional service, he is very powerful. This primal living entity, master of the mode of material passion, is directly empowered by Garbhodakshayi Vishnu to create innumerable living organisms. In the Brahma Samhita 5.49, Brahma is likened to a valuable jewel influenced by the rays of the sun. And the Supreme Lord Garbhodakshayi Vishnu is likened to the sun. Jai. If in some kalpa there is no suitable living entity who can act in Brahma's capacity, Garbhodakshayi Vishnu himself becomes Brahma and acts accordingly. Similarly, by expanding himself as Lord Shiva, the Supreme Lord is engaged when there is a need to annihilate the universe. Lord Shiva, in association with Maya, has many forms, which are generally numbered at 11. Lord Shiva is not one of the living entities. He is more or less Kṛṣṇa himself. The example of milk and yogurt is often given in this regard. Yogurt is a preparation of milk, but still yogurt cannot be used as milk. Similarly, Lord Shiva is an expansion of Kṛṣṇa, but he cannot act like Kṛṣṇa, nor can we derive the spiritual restoration from Lord Shiva that we derive from Kṛṣṇa. The essential difference is that Lord Shiva has a connection with material nature, but Vishnu or Lord Kṛṣṇa has nothing to do with material nature. In Srimad Bhagavatam 10.88.3, it is stated that Lord Shiva is a combination of three kinds of transformed consciousness known as Vaikarika, Taijasa, and Tamasa. So we will read about the Vishnu incarnation. No, we'll read this last paragraph. The Vishnu incarnation, although master of the modes of goodness within each universe, is in no way in touch with the influence of material nature. Although Vishnu is equal to Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa is the original source. Vishnu is a part, but Kṛṣṇa is the whole. This is the verdict of the Vedic literature. The Brahma Samhita 5.46 gives the example of an original candle which lights a second candle. Although the candles are of equal power, one is still accepted as the original, and the other is said to be kindled from the original. The Vishnu expansion is like the second candle. He is as powerful as Kṛṣṇa, but the original Vishnu is Kṛṣṇa. Brahma and Lord Shiva are obedient servants of the Supreme Lord, and the Supreme Lord as Vishnu is an expansion of Kṛṣṇa. Yeah, so tomorrow we shall continue with Manvantara Avataras. Yes, Manvantara Avataras and then Yuga Avataras. So thank you so much for tuning in today. The link to this book is in the description. Please check out our website shravanamdiaries.com, and we shall see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.